Hey there, island dreamers, locals, and anyone craving a slice of paradise. Welcome back, or welcome for the first time, to the Fun and Key West podcast, where the vibe is always laid back, the stories are salty, and the drinks, well, they're definitely frozen. I'm your host, Michelle O'Connor, your unofficial tour guide to the Conch Republic. Whether you're planning your first trip, your fifth trip, or you're just daydreaming about trading the cubicle for the ocean breeze, you are in the right place. Here's the deal. This podcast is your insider's guide to all things Key West. We're talking where to eat, hello, conch fritters and key lime pie, where to drink, spoiler alert, there will be rum, where to stay, and all the quirky, wonderful things that make Key West the one-of-a-kind paradise we all love. Plus, we'll keep you up to date on the latest happenings, festivals, events, maybe even the occasional Hemingway lookalike sighting. And just to keep things spicy, we'll be bringing on some amazing guests now and then, locals, business owners, and people who know the island like the back of their sandy hand. So grab your flip-flops, pour yourself a cold one, and let's escape to the island state of mind together, whether you're tuning in from your hammock or your commute, while wishing it was a hammock. We've got all the Key West goodness coming your way. Thanks for being here. It's going to be a lot of fun in Key West. Let's dive in. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Tasty Tuesday. And I am so glad you're here because today we're diving fork first into one of my absolute favorite ways to explore Key West, through its food. That's right, we're talking all about Key West food tours. If you've never strolled Key West while sampling conch fritters, fresh seafood, and of course key lime pie, then you, my friend, are missing out. We're going to chat all about the delicious tours you can take, the hidden gems you're going to discover, and why this is the perfect way to taste the island's history and culture. And don't worry, I'll link to the page where you can learn more about and even book your tour online. So grab your appetite, your comfy shoes, and maybe a napkin, because this episode might make you drool. Let's get started. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Fun in Key West, and it's Tasty Tuesday. I am so glad that you are here for this episode. We are exploring Key West food tours. If you have not had the opportunity to explore Key West through its food on a Key West food tour, I'm telling you, you are missing out. So we're going to dive into these food tours and all the different ones you can choose. And I will include in the show notes a link to book more or learn more about these. And if you're watching live, be sure to say hi so I can do a shout out. In these food tours, you're going to do some walking, about 1.5 miles, but it's not all at once because there's stops in between. And so you can enjoy the scenery and have conversation and take your time. These are about 3 to 4 hours each. And you're going to taste the flavors of Key West. You're going to learn some of the history of Key West through its food. And yes, there's going to be key lime pie. Lots of key lime pie. And I find exploring a city through its food a great way to learn more about its history, its culture. And here's my tip, my first one of the night. Book these early in your visit, because you're going to find a new favorite restaurant that you want to head back to and try again and again and again. So be sure to do that. So let's stroll through the streets of Key West virtually through our taste buds. I love working with the Key West food tours. They offer some great tours. They have about 4 different tours you can choose from. And it's owned by a local, and the guides are amazing, and you will just have a fabulous time. And when they first started, it was a way for the owner to be able to show off the beaten path places to the tourists that come to Key West. It gets you off of the ball, lets you experience the places that she really liked, and be able to share the food and the culture of what she grew up with. So one of the first ones that you probably want to take is the Southernmost Food and Cultural Walking Tour. This is the basis. This was their first tour. Like I said, it's about 3 hours long. You're going to visit about 5-ish eateries, and you're going to have tastings in each of these places. And so think of this as probably like a hearty lunch. And so think about each place you're going to have a small tasting. So it's about a hearty lunch when you're done. You're going to try authentic Cuban food, conch fritters, key lime pie. Well, of course, key lime pie, fresh seafood. And you're going to try a couple cocktails along the way. And this tour is about no more than 14 people. And so if you have a group that you're traveling with, or you just want to meet new people while you're in Key West, book one and go on one of these tours because you're going to meet at least 12 new people. And you can pick the brain of your tour guide on, okay, where should I go get breakfast? What should I do? And they'll give you all their secrets and stuff. And like I said, that's about 1.5 miles. But again, you're stopping along the way and you can take a break. I like to book this one earlier in the day around lunchtime. It's like a treasure hunt for lunch, and you're wandering through these charming neighborhoods in Key West, and you're getting to try Cuban food and key lime pie. And you're not just eating the food of Key West, but along the way, in each stop, you're going to learn the history of Key West through its food, the influences and everything that came in to the island. I think this tour is a great one for first-time visitors. I think it's for foodies who just want to experience local flavor. Maybe you're a couple and you just want to go for a nice lunch and just don't know where you want to go. You get 5 choices. And you get to walk and have a party. Like I said, you want to book these early in your trip so that you can go revisit your favorite places that you check out and find along the way. Be sure to wear comfy shoes because you are going to be doing some walking. Wear sunscreen because it's Florida and it's summer and in winter and all of that, and you're going to have the Florida sun. But bring your camera. Of course, if you have your phone with you, you already have a camera. But be sure to take some photos because your people back home are not going to believe how amazing the food is that you're going to be trying. I'm going to challenge you. If you take that tour or if you've been on that tour, send me a pic or post it and let us know, what was your favorite dish? What was your favorite stop? I love being able to see all that. If seafood is your thing, then I would recommend that you check out the historic Seaport Seafood Lovers Tour. This is all about seafood. And you're going to experience the fresh local ingredients. You're going to learn the maritime history of Key West and its impact on seafood. And maybe try some Key West pink shrimp, some Florida lobster. You're going to be able to taste that maritime history. This is great for seafood lovers or families or groups that just want more of a meal orientation because you're going to have a little bit more of that. And if you already have experienced the southernmost, well, this is a great one to try next. And like I said, book early because you're going to come back and do it for dinner. Try out those restaurants and check them out. If you have any of these tours and if you've got some dietary restrictions, let them know. They will do all the accommodations that they possibly can. Another one, and I liked this one. This one was a lot of fun, is the craft cocktail crawl. This is a 21 and older, so you're going to have to show ID. It's a sip and stroll through some of the craftiest bars and hidden local gems. You're going to do about 5 craft cocktails and 2 food tastings on this tour. Again, it's about 3 hours, so be sure that you're going to pace yourself. This is probably for after lunch. Maybe it's a great way to experience maybe an early evening and be able to check out those craft cocktails. And it's a great way to check out some of those places that maybe you've walked by and didn't realize I should go in there and check that place out. You stumble upon these places sometimes by accident, don't we? And I think a food tour gives you the idea and the opportunity to go explore these places. And then you can say, "Man, I really like that place." And maybe you're going to find a new favorite place to go check out. I think this tour is great for adults and couples. And maybe you've got a group, maybe you're in for a wedding. I think that's a fun way to do it. And maybe you're wanting to check out some of the bars, but you don't know which ones to go check out. And maybe you want to learn a little bit about local culture and maybe see some tiki drinks and you just don't want to hit the tourist traps. This is the tour for you. Again, I would start this one later in the day. It's when you're all settled in, use it as your night out. Maybe it's a date night or something. And you're going to want to moderate yourself because, again, you're going to be trying 5-ish cocktails over 3 hours, but moderate yourself and you're going to have a couple tastings. If you want to do the other tour that they offer is the Hemingway Experience, and this is about 4 hours. It includes entrance into the Ernest Hemingway Home and Museum, a stop at a family-run cigar factory. You're going to then go to Pillar Run's Distillery Social Club, and then you're going to have several food tastings, and that's going to include some Cuban roast pork and, of course, key lime pie. You're going to get about 3 food tastings and 3 drink pairings with this. So this is a great way to balance literature, history, and culinary indulgence, I think. And this tour lets you eat and drink like Hemingway himself. It's history you can literally taste. Rum, roast pork, key lime pie, all with a little dash of adventure. And you'll learn all about Hemingway's time when he was living in Key West, his writing, his cats, and his bars that he frequented, Sloppy Joe's, Captain Tony's. And you're going to learn how his larger-than-life persona and personality impacted the island. And so this is an interesting and novel way to experience Key West, especially if you are a Hemingway fan or you just want to learn a little bit more about Hemingway. And you're going to be able to probably taste a Hemingway daiquiri and experience the island from a perspective of Hemingway. And just remember, unlike Hemingway, I recommend pacing yourself. 3 drinks in Key West, and the hot sun can turn into the need for a nap. So be sure that you pace yourself. So you're like, Michelle, how do I choose? There's 4 great tours. How do I know which one I want to take? Well, the quick answer is you're going to want to take them all, but maybe not all on the same trip. If you want a hearty food, lunch, and history, and you're a first timer, or you just want to learn a little bit more about the Key West food scene and the culture of the Key West food, take the southernmost. If you love seafood and you want to expand your flavors and learn more about the seafood available in Key West, take that seafood seaport tour. If you're looking more for an adult evening, some fun, some cocktails, a little bit of bar culture, take that craft cocktail crawl. And if Hemingway is your jam, do the Hemingway Experience. Consider when you're booking timing early in your stay versus later. Again, I think you should book these early because you're going to find new favorites that you're going to absolutely want to go visit again. And these do book up early. And so make sure that you're getting in what you want before it sells out. There is a cancellation policy. If it rains, this tour still goes on. So be prepared. Bring a rain umbrella, poncho, whatever. But pick one, note the eateries that you love, and then go back for dinner or revisit them throughout the later in the trip. Some island state of mind ideas. Again, don't be afraid to ask your tour guide for places that they love to go to that aren't on the tour. Where do they love to go? And here's the thing, where do locals eat? Everywhere you all eat. The island's small. There aren't a whole lot of places to go that isn't accessible. And because if the island's only 2x4, more than likely there are a lot of places that tourists go and locals go. But ask your tour guide, where do they love to go for breakfast? Where is their go-to lunch place? Where do they go for the best Cuban sandwich? Whatever you're craving, ask your tour guide about it. They love sharing things. Ask them about their favorite places to go explore on the island, and they'll tell you about that too. Again, if you have allergies or dietary restriction, be sure to note that in the comments when you're booking, and then they will make those accommodations. Bring your camera, your phone, however you take your photos, be sure to bring that. You're going to want to capture the ambiance of these places, pictures of your food. You're going to want to take pictures of these neighborhoods, especially if you don't go off of Duval. You're going to wander into some really cool places, and you're going to want to be able to note that. Again, comfy shoes. If flip-flops is your jam and you're comfortable walking for almost a mile and a half in flip-flops, go for it. If they're not comfortable, be sure to wear comfy shoes. In the summertime, it can be warm, so lightweight clothes. It's Key West. It can be hot and it can be humid. Most of the places, if not all of the places, will be air conditioned, or if they're outside, there'll be shade, but understand that. Wear your sunscreen, bring a hat to protect your head and your face, and bring a water bottle. I want you to stay hydrated. If you're in Key West on a cruise, they work very well with the cruises. Now, they note on their website, and I've talked to them, that they will get you back, and you can do the experience and then still be back in time for departure. And these tours are much more than just eating. It's learning the culture and the history and all of the flavors of Key West. It's just about how all that island can fit on one plate. Well, multiple plates. It's an experience I think you need to go do. So there are 4 fabulous tours that you can explore. Each has its own flavor. Yes, I intended that pun. And it depends on which your vibe is. Go check them out. Be sure to book early, bring your appetite, and live in the island state of mind while you're doing it. You're not in a hurry to get anywhere. This isn't a fast-paced walk. They're a nice walking tour, but it's a stroll. So you're not going to be making any speed records. But you're going to probably meet some new people that you can go hang out with, make new friends, meet new people that are local, and get some really cool ideas of where else to explore on the island. So that is it for Tasty Tuesday, and I am so glad that you joined us and popped in and said hi. Let me know down in the comments your favorite place if you've done the food tour. What was your favorite food tour? What was your favorite place? What was your favorite food? What was a big surprise that you went, wow, I walked by that place, never thought it was like that. And until I went on the food tour, I would never have been in there. That's the fun of these food tours. Want to learn more? Check out the link that I have below or head over to FunInKeyWest.com. Check out under what to do, travel partners and walking tours. All the information is there. You can book directly there and learn all about the tours at no additional cost to you. It's just a way we provide the access to these wonderful tours. So thank you very much for tuning in. If you are interested in learning more about what we do and to keep up with all the things that we're doing, including our trivia contest, which gets you into with a correct answer every week, you are put in for a drawing of a Key West swag box every month. Sign up for our happy hour list and grab that, and that gets you on our newsletter. Until next time, you guys stay salty, stay sandy, and keep the key lime flavor strong. And be sure to check out all of the food that Key West offers, because there is so many varieties and so many options that I will be surprised if you don't find at least 3 new favorites on every visit. I'm Michelle with Fun in Key West. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will talk to you later. Bye. Well, there you have it. Key West Food Tours, the ultimate way to eat, sip, and stroll your way through paradise. Whether you're a seafood lover, a cocktail connoisseur, or a Hemingway fan, there's a tour with your name on it. And remember, book early in your trip so you can revisit your new favorite spots before you leave. Check out the link in the show notes or head over to FunInKeyWest.com to learn more and book your tour. Trust me, your taste buds will thank you. Until next time, stay salty, stay sandy, and keep that key lime flavor strong. Until next time.